Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors and remain standing until the colors have left the floor. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. The La Cueva Marine Corps JROTC Drill and Rifle Team will present the colors today. They are Cadet Sergeant Garcia, Cadet Staff Sergeant Nam, Cadet Sergeant Tabor. They are commanded today by Cadet First Lieutenant Gorham. Please join the La Cueva High School Concert Choir in singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red blazing and bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Graduates, you may be seated. Good evening, parents and guests. Welcome to the 2015 La Cueva High School Graduation Commencement Ceremony. I am Lauren McGuire, your senior class president and mistress of ceremonies for the evening. Joining me on stage are co-valedictorians Eli Echt Wilson and Albert Zuo, and our salutatorian Shahana Maji. We have many distinguished guests joining us on stage this evening. Our La Cueva administrative team, which consists of La Cueva High School Principal, Ms. Dana Richardson-Lee, Assistant Principal, Mr. Mark Garcia, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Andrea Feltz-Pargas, Assistant Principal, Mr. Brian Hubble, and Athletic Director, Mrs. Leanne Moores. We are also pleased to have joining us on stage today Board Member Dr. David Piercy, Board Member Dr. Dawn Duran, Interim Superintendent Dr. Brad Winter, Associate Superintendent Dr. Diane Kirshen, Director, APS Education Foundation, Phil Casaus, and Associate Superintendent Todd Resch. Thank you. And joining us just off the stage is our wonderful counseling team, Mrs. Deborah Chandler, Mrs. Deborah Easton, Mrs. Megan Goodman, Mrs. Angela Hawes, Mr. Mike Riley, Mrs. Deb Schnauzer, and Mrs. Lisa Searle. Please give all of our guests a round of applause, and we are honored to have them here as a part of our ceremony. And please also give a round of applause to our teachers working here tonight and those leading us through our graduation. Mr. Balder, Mr. Fryermuth, Mr. Faulkner, Mr. Bryant, Miss Badeau, Mr. Tim, Miss Melanson, Miss Morgan, Miss Weaver, Miss Manis, Miss Rinaldi, Mr. Spencer, Mr. Zaleski, and Mr. Neuser. At this time, I am pleased to introduce to you one of our co-valedictorians, Eli Echt Wilson. Eli will be attending Stanford University, where he will be studying computer science.
Friends, family, faculty, and La Cueva graduating class of 2015. To begin, I would like to thank all of the people who helped us to be here today. Parents, siblings, teachers, counselors, coaches, and friends. I speak for everyone when I say there are no words to describe how thankful we are for your presence in our lives. We would not be here today without you. I would also like to thank you, my fellow graduates. I feel like many of you are more qualified to be speaking here than I am. I admire all of you guys so much, and I've learned great lessons from you. For that, I am honored to be standing here today to represent you. The greatest lesson that I've learned in high school is that high school isn't about the grades. And I know that's weird because I'm up here because I got good grades. But in some ways, I wish that I wasn't up here and that I had spent more time learning from experience than learning from textbooks. Life is not a competition. Today, the most important thing isn't our GPA or test scores or how good we are at math, history, science, or English. Today marks our transition into a larger world. No matter where each of us are headed in the future, it's going to be different, it's going to be difficult, and it's probably going to be scary. And we're going to make it through those times, not because of a grade we got, but because of the journey we had. The friends we made, the bonds we created, and the experiences we learned from are going to be the greatest lasting impact of our high school years. The journey has been so much more important than the end result. I'm here to share just a little bit of my journey, and perhaps you'll find parallels in yours. All of us have learned a lot from our teachers, but perhaps the most important things we learned weren't from the textbooks, assignments, and tests. I've taken 2 classes specifically, among others, that were for different reasons life-changing. The first is ceramics. Mr. Yoshida became quickly famous for the saying, "Ceramics is like a relationship." And while he perhaps overused the saying, abused it, and made many of us much too uncomfortable with his analogies, he taught us something very important. As we were learning, we weren't just filling our heads with information. Yosh wanted us to be happy, well-adjusted people first, and students second. We were learning how to prepare, how to solve problems, and how to persevere. Just like ceramics, life takes patience and life takes hard work. But without a question, every single one of us has the opportunity and the power to make something beautiful out of our lives. The second life-changing class for me was AP Biology, where I learned an absolutely obnoxious amount about biology. But again, that wasn't the important part. Mr. DeWitt gave us innumerable difficult challenges and consistently expected us to complete them with not only accuracy, but devotion. He had a way of making us love the pain. DeWitt gave me, and hundreds of other students who took his class, a bring-it-on attitude. Life is full of challenges, and they'll often be difficult, but with time, hard work, and maybe even some suffering, we are capable of so much more than we know. All it takes is a bring-it-on attitude to find out. So, today, we have one big challenge behind us, but we are entering a world full of so many other difficulties. I say, bring it on. While I did work very hard throughout high school, part of why I think I'm up here is because I got lucky with the type of intelligence that they happen to test in school. But there are so many other types of intelligence, like emotional intelligence, creativity, or being socially confident and aware. Each of us has our own special genius. At the start of senior year, someone special told me that they were going to break me out of my shell. And that outgoing attitude, that social confidence, was an intelligence that I didn't have. Although it didn't come naturally to me, I devoted my senior year to breaking out of my shell. And it has been 100% worth it. Last week, I played in the state final championship map for tennis, and I lost very badly. But as I looked outside the fence, I saw an amazing group of kids cheering for me and supporting me. And so I forgot about the loss. I felt the greatest victory of all, having friends there to support me. High school has given me and all of you guys friends that we will cherish for the rest of our lives. And that's the best part of high school. Not the grades or the results, but the people that we meet and the experiences that we have along the way. The journey of high school has been one of the most valuable things in my life. I know that this speech is very personal to my own high school experience, Obviously, each of you has had a very different experience than me. But I know that all of us have had struggles. All of us have had things that maybe we wish we had done differently or earlier. And all of us are entering a new stage of life with a clean slate. For me, I'm going to start college differently than I started high school. I'm going to take risks, do things that make me uncomfortable, and make the most of every moment. And I think that's something that all of us can relate to. So, La Cueva graduating class of 2015, congratulations. As we look to the future, please join me in embracing the next phase of the journey. Bring it on.
Thank you, Eli. Our other co-valedictorian is Albert Zuo. Albert will be attending Princeton University, where he plans to study computer science.
Since we all had such an awesome time at the 3-hour-long Honors Assembly yesterday, I decided to replicate the experience and wrote a 1 hour and 45-minute long speech so we can have just as much fun today. Yeah, just kidding. I wouldn't do that to anyone. So first off, congratulations on getting here and being able to sit down in the seats you are today. It's a big accomplishment. As we sit here today, we each have had our own journeys to get to where we are now, our own lessons that we have learned along the way, our own hardships and failures, celebrations and joys. With this being said, I want to share a little bit about my own personal journey. So once upon a time, I was a scrawny little kid. Spoiler, some parts still haven't changed. People called me polite, occasionally good for a laugh or two, yet not someone who necessarily had a lot of friends. Why, you ask? And looking back, it was because I jumped to conclusions about those around me without giving them a chance to tell me their real story, the real story of what they experienced, what their journey was, what made them who they are today. This self-realization of ignorance didn't hit me until one day I found pictures from a project. You might be familiar with it. It's called Humans of New York. The photographer would take pictures of what you would consider to be ordinary people across all demographics, but juxtapose each picture with a quote underneath from that person, revealing something much deeper than the picture could ever convey. It made me think of the people I interacted with every day, the people in my neighborhood, my community, my school. I realized that no matter who the person was, I wanted to listen to the story they had to tell. So I did. I laughed with a boy whose grandpa wrote him a fake college acceptance letter, shared a sense of pride with the girl who published a paper on the work she did, and cried when another lost a championship. Through my friends, I flew through different journeys with each of them, cawing at every single little marvelous noun I saw, trying to absorb it all in. These people would quickly become my best friends. I decided to tell this story because this is one of the busiest times in our lives, of a generation with greater distractions than ever before. We're finally graduating, thinking about colleges, moving away from home. And from this point on, life will only become more complicated. But no matter how busy or complicated life gets, I hope that all of you will take the time to listen. Ivan Panin once said, "For every truth, there is an ear somewhere to hear it. For every beauty, there is an eye somewhere to see it. For every love, there's a heart somewhere to receive it." So keep listening, and not just listening for others, but also listen for yourself. And if you do that, you'll notice your ears getting sharper, your eyes getting wider, and your heart getting bigger to receive all the truths, all the beauty, and all the love in the world. I hope that for everyone here today, my story is only one of many more you'll listen to. Congratulations, La Cueva class of 2015. Let's all stand up and give a hug to the people next to you. We've made it.
Thank you, Albert. I would now like to introduce our salutatorian, Shahana Maji. Shahana will be attending Georgia Institute of Technology, where she will be studying electrical engineering.
Good evening, graduates, faculty, friends, and family. Seeing as I was told to write a speech yesterday, I've been spending many hours trying to figure out what to say. I remember my friend showing me a video of a graduation speech in which the keynote speaker did the alphabets of college. But then I figured, I'm not about to try to come up with something profound that starts with the letter X. So I decided to speak from the heart, and if you take anything away from this speech, let it be this. We spend so much of our lives worrying about numbers, whether it's record times and shot clocks, class and competition scores, or GPA races and test results. We've each fought our own number battles over the past 4 years. In the end, whether we end up as first, 6th, 106th, or 406th, really doesn't seem to matter when we're all together in this room. Because we're not 400 numbers. We're 400 students whose experiences with one another are far more valuable than any number can measure. It wasn't the grade we got on the genetics exam that showed how much we learned in AP Bio, but rather the countless hours running around the Cueva halls for the Bio-Olympics or trekking through the dusty bosky wilderness. It wasn't the close match I lost against our rivals in the quarterfinals of the state volleyball tournament that I'll remember in my time playing sports, but the innumerable inside jokes, laughs, and interesting nicknames that comprise the memories that I will take with me as I move forward into life. And although our beloved teachers here tonight may think that we'll remember them only for their kilt wearing or electron manning or the rare and cherished times we got to have class outside, we can only hope that they know it was truly the early morning casino labs, the late afternoon office hours, and hectic bus rides to UNM for DECA District that made our high school experience all the more cherished. The passion for what these teachers do never ceases to astound every person in this auditorium, and I can only hope that they are always given the freedom in the future to do what they love to do. It is through their ingenuity alone that we are prepared for the exciting and frightening paths before us. And so many students deserve the incredible opportunity we had because of it. Some of these heroes left us too soon this year. And Mrs. Whittick, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, I'm comforted by how much of an inspiration you are to those fighting the same fight. And I trust you know how much we all love you. La Cueva has been through a lot this year, and today is a testament that we've all accomplished so many things together. To friends, old and new, and to the families who have had our backs, we would be nothing without your support. Beyond the academic successes you've helped us achieve at La Cueva, you've also encouraged us to join the diversity of programs that provide evidence of our talented and spirited student body. From Safe School Ambassadors, Best Buddies, and National Honor Society, to Model UN, Spanish Honor Society, and volleyball, it has been an honor to spend time both inside and outside the classroom with the La Cueva community. This past year has probably taught me the greatest life lesson about what it truly means to be a community. We experienced tremendous losses in both the faculty and student body this year. Although the loss of Maya Spencer remains heavy in our hearts, there is something about mourning together that makes the loss easier to accept. As Albus Dumbledore so wisely said, the pain we all feel at this dreadful loss reminds us, that while we may come from different places, our hearts beat as one. The support of friends, teachers, and counselors is something I hope to find in college, because if the new community I'm about to enter is even half as strong as the La Cueva Bears, I know I will be in good hands. We are all a family, whether we like it or not, and as we begin a new experience in college and beyond, I ask that you all remember your La Cueva family and the impact that the laughs and memories have had on who you are. For we are not mere numbers in a database, but rather real people experiencing tangible challenges and celebrations. Although we all hope to retain most of the knowledge from high school, it is far more important to remember the lessons we've learned from each other as people. So congratulations, class of 2015, and thank you all for teaching me more about myself than I would have ever been able to discover alone.
Thank you, Shahana. Now, would those seniors in choir please come forward? On behalf of the graduates, the choir wants to thank family, friends, and educators who have been there always for us. Please welcome our La Cueva Choir for their presentation of This Is the Moment, conducting is Miss Amend.
It is now time for the class of 2015 to receive their diplomas. It is the request of La Cueva High School administration that we honor each and every graduate. Many friends and family members have traveled far to honor their graduates. I would like to present the class of 2015 to board members, Dr. Don Duran and Dr. David Piercy. These students have met all of the graduation requirements as set forth by the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, along with the New Mexico Public Education Department. To you, I present the class of 2015.
On behalf of the Albuquerque Public School Board of Education, it's our great honor to accept this graduating class of 2015 from La Cueva. Congratulations, Bears, and best wishes to all of you.
Dana, let me know. Arig Abdallah. Madeline Abeta. Avery Jane Addison. Coleman James Earhart. Hannah Louise Allen. Sean Allen. Cody Aminian. Lauren Anderson. Jared Antonio. Rita Zora Anwar. Elena Lee Anzuris. Andrew Christopher Aragon. Danny Aragon. Tania Lizeth Aragones Flores. Jade Ashley Archuleta. Isabella Armijo. Angelo Arnett. Alexandra Ann Atsey. Summer Renee Augster. Lindsay Baca. Alex Bachicha. Allison Balder. Xavier Banda. Miriam Banet. Ann Bassman. Cameron Joseph Beatty. Colton Beatty. Kendra Shakira Buford. Nicholas Beck.
Jesse Henry Beckton IV. William Bell. Weston Charles Berger. Cole Stephen Bermudez. Christopher B. Bernedes. Natasha Bernal. Brooklyn Savannah Berry. Elijah Binasevich. Merritt Elizabeth Blankenau. Rachel Esta Blyer. Cassie Boren. Annalise Bota. Cassidy Bova. Brittany Boyer. Rachel Breinholt. Fiona Breslin. Wyatt James Briggs. Ishamaz Broussard. Kenneth Cody Brown. Patrick Brown. Ryan Mitchell Burkhard, Slater Biron, Owen Tyler Busby, Nathan Buttry, Hayden Caldis, Mitchell Aaron Cantwell, William Carpenter, Luis M. Carazal, Shaylee Castle.
Nicole Jean Chapdelaine, Caitlin Chavez, Chad Michael Chavez, Priyanka S. Chalapa, Beline Chen, Michael Chen, Pinhan Chen, Samantha Christian, Caitlin Christensen, Adam Clark, Kylie Clark, Alexandria Claycomb, Tyler Clemens, Shannon Taylor Cole, Thomas Set Collette, Zoe Elizabeth Cunningham, Kristen Connors, Andrew Conticelli, Robert Cooley, Joseph Cooper, Samuel Jacob Corey, Matthew R. Correa, Christopher S. Cosson, Madison Cowan, Dylan Cuellar, Solana Cummings, Kiana Curley, Malik Andres Curry, Tofik Dajani,
Asante Daniello, Victoria Davidson, Tommy Dean, Eric Dees, Lindsay DeGolier, Luke A. Decker, Raul Emilio F. De la Aguila, Henry Stephen Dumars, Araceli Duran, Sean Duran, David Eduardo Durand, Eli Echt Wilson, Brittany Charlay Edmonds, Sierra Esquer, Mackenzie Everett, Serena Fang, Brian Michael Farnell, Adriana Fellows, Ashley Renee Feltz, Casey Leah Ferris, Ashley Fitzgerald, Mia Divine Flores, Emily Sophia Fallingstad, William Fodder, Melanie Foucault, Paulina Forzan, Danielle Fox, Brianna Franchini, Eli Edmund Friedman, Taylor Adam Gabaldon, Alyssa Nicole Gallegos,
Corey Garcia, Jesse Garcia, Justin Gatan, Courtney Nicole Gates, Taylor Gilbert, Carolina Andrea Gomez, Natalie Starr Grabiel, Jake Grasser, Sierra Greenlee, John Griego, Justin Griego, Isabella Giovanna Greer, Delaney Nicole Grimes, Margaret Jean Gutterslow, Ryan James Guidry, Hannah Gutierrez, Mariah A. Gutierrez, Jonathan A. Hussey, Clayton D. Habing. William G. Hall. Hannah Hamden. Haley Haas. Samer Hawash. Tyler Hayden. Matthew Haygood. Jacob Heckman. Frank Hendrick. Savannah Henshaw. Joel Hernandez. Oscar Hernandez.
Kenya Lizbeth Hernandez Gonzalez. Armando M. Herrera. Edwin Lee Herrera. Kelsey Herzer. Thomas Height. John Mark Hill. Ryan Christopher Hill. Spencer Hill. Ryan Hodge. Mitchell Hoffman. Devin Horn. Sajila Hossein. Jasmine Shao. Richard Wang. Shirley Wang. Sophia Cassandra Hubart Gundalak. Ian Douglas Hookie. Matthew Ingle. Jason Irwin. Gregory Jacobus. Jinyang Jian. Samantha Lee Jimmy. Allison Johnson. Jalen K. Johnson. Kaylin Darren Johnson. Adasia Jones. Javon Ray Jones. Marcus Judkins. Munji Kahala. Imran Kassam.
Lydia Jacqueline Casati. John Kim. Danielle Klepacki. Joshua Brian Knighton. Zane Taylor Komnick. Catherine Costco. Victor Kuchich. Noel Kramer. Benjamin Kraus. Rebecca Creightoner. Kyle Krupiak. Bo Kuyeth. Savannah Kyle. Bo Anthony Lamy. Jimena Marne Lane. Eric Lauren. Chonghun Lee. Janelle Catherine Lee. Dylan Lewis. Jaylyn Lewis. James Gavin Lewis. Araceli Ariel Leba. Rachel Lickenberger. Andrea Jamie Lynn. Kayla Lindsay. Benjamin Liptak. Stephanie Lloyd. Linda Lopez. Preston Lopez. Jonathan Lucero.
Mariah Raylyn Lucero. Dimitri Madden. Aspen Mays. Dominic Maestas. Shahana Maji. Austin Mansfield. Alexis Marquez. Tyler Drew Martinelli. Alana Martinez. Gabriela Jo Martinez. Alexandria Ray Massey. Matthew McAdams. Caleb Russell McAllister. Joshua MacArthur, Lauren McGuire, Nathan McNeely, Ashley Means, Joshua Medina, Claudia Mersweiler, Raquel Miera, Alexander James Miles, Jared Miller, Kimberly Miller, Chungman Mok, Molly Moleras, Allison Montgomery, Jade Montoya, Marissa Montoya, Sarah Moores, Savannah Morgan, Madeline Morel Thorne,
Brendan Morrison, Tiffany Mott, Reed A. Muehlmeyer, Iram Nadim, George Ryan Nail, Julia Knockley, Abigail Irene Napier, Nicole Elise Nassie, Ryan Neal, Eric Lawrence Nelson, Triton Storm Nelson, Madeline Newsome, Jennifer Nguyen, Nakmai Nguyen, Irene Jesslyn Nordquist, Roger Allen Nordquist, Brannon Norton Huron, Sierra Lynn Nygren, John Henry O'Brien, Matthew Omick, Aaron Overacker, Christian Pacheco, Benjamin Pador, Hedgen Park, Jin Park, Junmo Park, Nathan Patrizi, Melanie Paulson, Amelia Pedrego, Adelina Perez,
Brock Perrin, Anthony Peelan, Infania Pimentel, Theo J. Pinceloop, Sarah Pitts, Jessica Pullman, Alejandro Ponce, Jocelyn Raquel Poper, Justin H. Porter, Andrew Pratt, Maria Elena Prentice, Nathan Frank Price, Kason J. Quiring, Zal Ramirez, Lauren Rampy, Claire Brooke Rand, Matthew B. Reed, Kyle Patrick Reese, Louise Riemann, Jamil Rementula, Anna Riviere, Carl Joshua Reyes, Stephen Reynolds, Brianna Nicole Riff, Nolan Rigg, Catherine Lynn Ripley, Shaheen Rizvi, Janae Robertson, Jacob Robinson Brown, Ariana Rodarte,
Jalzen Rodriguez, Julissa Rodriguez, Alexandra Morgan Resch, Christopher Armando Rojas, Alexa Aragon Romano, Joshua Romero, Nicholas Jonathan Romero, Raquel Ann Romero, Joseph Eric Roram, John Rose, Amy Roth, Emily Rowe, Logan Nathaniel Rubin, Dominic Adrian Rubio, Julia Reed Rutledge, Randy Lee Rutz, Dylan Benjamin Sines, Lindsay Marie Salazar, Nicholas Alexander Salazar, Barira Salim, Sarah Robert Salinger Mullen, Jordan Marie Sampson, Maxwell Henry Sanchez, Victoria Nicole Savoy, Ethan J. Scripsima, Kyle Schwendenman, Chandler Nichelle Sedberry, Jenna Gail Siegel, Georgia Kate Schenkels, Jordan Scott Shelton.
Natalie Shields, Mirai Shindy, Courtney Tanner Shipley, Samuel Silver, Tyler Blake Siska, Catherine Michelle Skibitsky, Sydney Marie Slenis, Samantha Smith, Sabrina Marie Sosa, Luke Sewell, Matthew Spadoni, Lauren Spencer, Juliet St. Germain, Jared Staten, Caitlin Nicole Steen, Kyle Ryan Stenseth, Garrett Bruce Stidworthy, Isabella Nada Stork, Michelle Lynn Stoughton, Michael Suarez, Kayla Suazo, Sean Summer, Kelsey Summers, Cassandra Suter, Wesley Swainston, Augustus Swanson, Antonio Ray Tafoya, Michael Spring Taylor, Julie Christine Tensa, Mahira Mahir Tabata,
Bailey Thurman Cordova, Jarrett Tigas, Jesse Todd, Dong Tran, Emily Tran, Nicholas Trimmer, Robin June Sinagini, Jacob Turcott, Colby Tyson, Corinne Vaughn, Chris Vega, Chantel Vega, Gabrielle Velasquez, Eva Velasquez, Garrett Vena, Thomas Vieira, Noel Villalobos, Bailey Lynn Vivian, Stephen Ward, Alexander Warner Garrett, Kaylin Webster, Elizabeth Ann Weeks, Jillian Weitzel, Preston Welsh, Jared Werner, Spencer Westfall, Jonathan Weston, Benjamin White, Graham Stewart White.
Shereo Wigg. Diego Faden Wildenstein. Marguerite Wilkins. Miranda Jean Willingham. Hannah Lee Willis. Cassandra Monique Wilson. Elizabeth Ann Wilson. Hallie Ernice Wilson. Morgan Wilson. Nathaniel Wimpy. Emily Claire Wimsat. Taylor Elise Hutchison Winings. Jacqueline Whitrock. Caitlin Wu. Tegan Margaret Yanati. Michael David Yoko. Alyssa Grace Yaki. Shipei Zhang. Samuel Zhu. Albert Zuo.
Congratulations, class of 2015. We've made it. Well, some of us. For those of us who made it, we're here getting ready to say goodbye to one chapter of our lives and say hello to a new one. First off, I would like to say thank you on behalf of all of us. Thank you to our families, our friends, teachers, and Google. Without them, most of us wouldn't be where we are today. Many of us have been going to school together since we were kids, but the truth is, we still are kids. 12-year-old Robbie Novak, also known as Kid President, has been inspiring millions of people on YouTube through his motivational monologues that he started for his family to inspire them, despite his brittle bone condition called osteogenesis imperfecta. Although he is much younger than us, he impacts and encourages so many people through his positive attitude and extraordinary optimism. Even through his life motto, "I am not in a party, I am the party. Everywhere I go, there's a party." He encourages us, reminding us that we're alive, we're awake, so live like it. He teaches us wisdom, which we spread as well, whether we realize it or not. Throughout our childhood, we've taught our teachers, parents, and other authority figures lessons, even though most of them still saw us as kids. We teach them pleasurable lessons, such as having more fun, letting loose, and not caring so much about what others think of us, as well as not so pleasurable lessons, like having more patience with our teenage angst. As we enter the real world, we will begin to forget these things, but in time we will relearn them from the generations that follow us. We will become more mature and practical, but we shouldn't forget to use our ability to inspire others and motivate them through our inner child. In the video, A Pep Talk from Kid President to You, Robbie encourages us to push through the hard times and never give up. He makes a humorous comparison. What if Michael Jordan had quit? Well, he did quit. No, he retired. But before that, in high school, what if he had quit? Then he wouldn't have made the team. He would have never made Space Jam, and I love Space Jam. So, class of 2015, what's your Space Jam? What is it going to take to motivate you and remind you to always do your best? You have a choice, in the words of Kid President. What if there really are two paths? I want to be on the one that leads to awesome. Pick the path that leads to awesome, because we all have the potential to be successful and to inspire those around us through our inner child. So, graduates, please stand. Together, we share our final moments as high school students. as we move our tassels from right to left. Now, we, the graduates of the class of 2015, would like to show our appreciation to our families, teachers, and friends whose love and support has made it possible to get as far as we have today. My fellow graduates, congratulations. Good luck in all life has to offer you. Please remove your tassels. We made it. You may now throw your hats. This concludes the La Cueva 2015 graduation ceremony. The La Cueva Orchestra will recess the 2015 alumni of La Cueva High School.